Next up would be Trey. And Trey asks, do you think it would be cool if Chris McLean... Miss Chris McLean and Chef Hatchet competed in the redonkulous race as a team?
Say that again. Sorry, because I got hung up on your mispronunciation of, my character.
Do you think it would be cool...
That was a James.
if Chris McLean and Chef Hatchet competed in the redonkulous race as a team?
No. I don't think so. I think it would have been, neat if they would have tried to sabotage it and try to bring ratings down to the show. But if they competed, it just would have watered it down. People were like, oh man, you got fired? Oh, that sucked. Chris McLean was the best. I like Chris McLean better than Dawn. And I was like, hold on, guys. It's two different shows, right? It's like Total Drama presents, like National Lampoons presents, right? It's that kind of thing. I was bummed that I didn't get, an audition for the redonkulous race. Like, I didn't get an audition because my voice is very recognizable, and they would have known, and it kind of would have smeared things a little bit. So I get that. And but people were like, doesn't that make you mad? Like, no, it's two different shows. And to be honest, Total Drama had like 10 years. Once again, pretty happy and grateful to play the host, because think about it. I remember actors when they would get their scripts, right? This is back in 2007. They would just have your scripts waiting for you. We didn't get them beforehand sometimes, And people would just go right to the back of their scripts to see if they got eliminated. And that would be crushing it, to be one of the other. I knew guaranteed that I was going to be on every episode. So, what were we talking about? I got totally... I pulled a friggin' James right now. What were we saying? Was I upset? Yeah. No, because I had a good run. Like, I had a good run. And, there's only so far you can go with... there were some years it's just like they were hitting the low glass ceiling with, like, Chris being a narcissist and being mean and stuff. And that's not me. I'm more of a Jude guy. I don't mind a little obnoxiousness, like my Trevor Troublemeyer on Sidekick. Those are fun. And, yeah, always the stoner surfer guy, right? Because I like that. But I think after 10 years, but it's weird because it was like a reality show. It wasn't like singular episodes, with some arcing and all that. It was more about the kids than me. It was more about the contestants than the host. It's just that the host was consistent. So I was okay. My bank account wasn't. Because I was just like, it just ended. So 10 years of working steady on a show, you kind of get used to that, but then it dropped off. So I got a little depressed, and did I watch Redonkulous Race? No. Not one friggin' episode. I watched all the fans talk about all these other different characters. I didn't know who they were at all. I didn't watch the show because I was a little like, I couldn't play in their, reindeer games. But I don't think Chris would have been good on that show. I think it would have done something wrong to the franchise, to that show. It was a different show, and if you notice, it's different artwork. It's not even the same, so they would have had to change Chris. He would have stood out.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, no, I don't think they would have been a good pairing. I think they would have been good as like villains, maybe, to sabotage the new show as like maybe once or twice, or lurking in the background, like Wile E. Coyote.
All right, so thank you, Trey. Pamela asks, what do you think of the adult twist on the 16 characters from the PSA episode?
Say that again?
But what do you think of the adult twist on the 16 characters from the PSA?
I don't know if it's an adult twist.
Or I guess more mature.
Yeah, I just think I think it's great. I think there's freedom. It was really nice to hear the word bitchy. You know what I mean? We had a lot of words like, I mean, different countries and different properties that took the show. We had to change the language. You know, we were like in the first couple of scripts, man. We were saying we were very liberal with what we did up here in Canada. But then once it started playing in the States, we had to change the language a bit. And then, you know, over in the UK and in Europe, they didn't quite understand it because they don't have malls like we do in North America, right? I really liked it. You know, there was a little more freedom. There was a little more progression. And then sort of answered some questions that everyone was like, was Jude high? You know, you can't really say that back then, but look at how much times have changed. Look at how much the cannabis culture is coming forward in our society. How much we're finding out the benefits of medicinal marijuana and stuff like that. So to have a character just be openly hotboxing a lemon right out of the, you know, haven't seen Jude in like years. First time you see him, what's happening? You know, that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun. I like the adult twist. I'd like to see 18. I'd like to see 20. Because I remember my 20s, man. It was like, whoo, what a ride. I would love to see a cartoon about a bunch of 20-year-olds that have been hanging around since 15, because I was always one of those kids that moved around a lot. Like every couple years, we'd move. And I was always sort of an outsider to like groups of friends, or I'd be joining groups of friends that were been together since the Sandbox. You know, I'd be joining tight groups of friends like you have on the, the cast or the show of 16. So to see them go and hit through the ages, that would be cool. That would be cool. So yeah, I like the adult twist. Because you can't go back. And we already know what Jude looks like younger, so forget it. Mm-hmm. I saw one fan, he wrote an ID, he goes, what about 60 TE? And he goes, Jude would have to smoke pot for his glaucoma and his arthritis. And I was like, that's pretty funny. It's pretty good. Yeah.
That would be something great to watch.
Yeah,